All right, we are back with part 2. If you missed part 1, I will link it in the corner over here somewhere. To give you a little summary of what's happening, we are reacting to Russell Brunson's ridiculous idea, in my opinion, of opening a Secrets to Success library and event center. Doesn't exist yet. He's selling tickets for an astronomical amount. If you missed it, it's in part 1. Otherwise, let's get back into it.
People will come and be like, oh, this is your seat. The nice thing about this too is that these seat licenses are transferable. It means that right now there's only 100 seats in this entire event center. So after we launch this thing, after it's no longer just an idea and I'm in a green screen room, but the actual event center is finished, there's going to be a lot of demand and the supply will be fixed, which means you can then take your seat license, you can sell it, you can flip it, you can give it to your kids. Like, the value of these seats will go up dramatically after the event center has been launched and live. And every single event we do in the center, the value will continue to go up. This is literally like the greatest real estate you could ever have on the planet, because there's only 100 seats and there's no way we're going to be adding more ever. So that's the first thing, is the seat licenses. Now, obviously, $1 million is a lot of money. So I wanted to figure out a way that I could make this not just something that's going to cost you money in the short term, but something that's a good investment where you can actually be profitable right out of the gate. And so what we're going to do is, for every single person who's got a seat license, you're also, with that seat license, going to get 40 virtual seat licenses. So what's a virtual seat license? Well, imagine, let's say we get Michael Jordan. He's going to be speaking and you decide, I want to be at that event. So you come and you get your seat, you're sitting there, and you're watching Michael Jordan. But then you can message your community. You can message your mastermind group, your list, whatever it is, and say, hey, I'm going to go see Michael Jordan live. Who here wants to take? I have 40 virtual tickets. You guys can watch streaming the event that I'm going to be at live. And let's say you sell each of those seat licenses.
I don't give a flying if Michael Jordan is there or if God himself is there. I would never pay $1 million. Like $1 million for a 100-seat arena that Russell Brunson has built.
In the event I'm going to be at live. And let's say you sell each of those seat licenses for $25,000. $25,000 times 40 is $1 million. And now the seat for you is free. There's so many ways you can leverage the seat licenses to make money.
The logic there, it doesn't add up. It does not add up. And it feels scammy. Like, there's certain things that you could do, like pre-sell things too. But when you are selling something for $1 million to finance the building of said thing, you may need to revisit things in life. I don't even know how to say that any nicer than that. That's all I've got.
License for $25,000. $25,000 times 40 equals $1 million. And now the seat for you is free. Okay, there's so many ways you can leverage the seat licenses to make money in the short term, but also in the long term. As a VIP, one of the benefits you're also going to get is your ability to do your own 3-day event here inside of the event center, where we can capture you in 3D virtual reality, and you can sell access to your event to your people to help pay for the entire investment. One of the other benefits of being a founding member is you get a library card. Anytime you're here in Boise, you can come and read the books and the rare manuscripts and all. I think, what are you doing here?
I bought a seat.
But like, what are you doing here? This is my imagination. None of this is actually real right now.
I don't know, but you should check this out.
Oh, wow. As you know, one of the most powerful things about this entire experience will be the conversations that happen in rooms like this. Networking, JVing, masterminding, learning together and growing together, setting up partnerships and deals. As I created this building, I wanted to foster those relationships. Having the right people in the right room will change everything. So that's the offer. And hopefully by watching this, you see the vision I'm creating. If so, let me know. If you got this video from me, you probably know how to get a hold of me. So message me and let me know. The only other people I shared this with is with my inner circle mastermind group.
I know that he uses this tactic of it's almost sold out. It's almost sold out. And he maybe is not always truthful about it. So I'm really curious to know the actual numbers to how many of these seats sold. There are I have no words. I am speechless at the amount of ick that is happening.
We were in Mexico a couple weeks ago. I spent 20 minutes explaining. I showed them the vision, and half the seats were sold out immediately, which is so exciting for me that other people are grasping the vision this as well. So this will not be an opportunity that's around very long. It'll be sold out very, very quickly. So if you want one of these last seats, please let me know as soon as possible. That way we can reserve it, we can put your name on it, and you can be part of this. The coolest thing about this too is that you don't have to pay the $1 million up front. The $1 million comes over 2 years. You have 2 years to pay that, as it takes us 2 years to actually build the building. And so it's not something you got to write a check today, but we do need to know if you're interested. If you're interested, let me know, or you can go to secretsofsuccess.com/legacy And there you can put a deposit down that'll lock in your spot and lock in your seat. And that way I'll know you're serious. We'll get a hold of you and we'll figure out which seat here in the event center is going to be your seat. And so with that said, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I'm so excited to have a seat with you here amongst the greatest minds of all time.
The years which followed proved beyond any question of a doubt that seed was there. Changed my whole destiny, and it made it possible for me to extend myself into space throughout the civilized world.
I just have no words. I want to look at this website. So when you go to the website, it says, you're one step closer to joining the greatest minds of our generation. Russell, Napoleon Hill, and the other dude. I don't remember his name. W. Clement Stone, the other dude. I'm such I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at this. Okay, so we're looking at this page here. And what? So you have to put down a $10,000 deposit. That's still hefty as. So it says founding VIP member, $1 million. Only bullshit. I call bullshit. Only 3 seats available. I'm calling bullshit, Russell. Reserve your seat with a non-refundable $10,000 deposit now. So non-refundable meaning if this deal falls through, you are out $10K. Let that sink in. I feel so sad for the people who possibly did already buy into this, because I can't imagine that this is going to actually happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I hope for these people's sake that actually bought into this bullshit that I am wrong. Because to be out $10,000 of your hard-earned money, not Russell's hard-earned money, you gave him that money to finance his library of success, school of success, whatever it's called. And now, holy okay, let me finish reading. I'm just like, I don't know how this is allowed. This is why we need regulation in the online business space, in the online coaching space. This is absolutely horrific. Reserve your seat with a non-refundable $10,000 deposit now. We will get you a contract within 24 hours. I apologize if you hear the thunder in the background. The first $250,000 payment is due within 7 days. Then 3 more payments over the next 18 months of $250,000. Who does this man think that he is? You are not Michael Jackson. You are not the Dalai Lama. You are not the Pope. You are Russell Brunson, and you co-founded a software company that, in my opinion, is crumbling before our eyes. Oh my, I'm sweating. I'm so pissed for these people that are going to likely have a real big eye opener over the next year or so. Okay, what you'll get. VIP seat licenses, 2 seats, first or second row. Great, good. 40 virtual seat licenses. So you can get on a Zoom call and invite people to a Zoom call for $25,000, like he said. Nobody's gonna pay that unless they're in his community and they have been potentially receiving brainwashing. I'm trying to be so careful with my words because I don't want to offend anybody that has fallen into Russell's trap. This is not their fault. This is a very... Okay, I need to collect my emotions to explain what I'm trying to say. This is a very slimy tactic of a scam artist, a con artist, cult leader in my opinion, that is very well put together and ready for the people that have received enough grooming and have been within the ClickFunnel's bubble long enough to think that this is actually going to benefit them. And I feel sad for them. I feel like, I don't know. There's just no words. Like, I literally have no words for what this man is doing to people. I don't think this is okay. He's very intertwined with a lot of gurus, but not so much with people to the likes of Michael Jordan, like he was talking about, or the Pope, or, well, obviously not. He's Mormon. That would be really weird. But like the Queen, well, that's Sam. The King, This is going south. The King of England. Like there's no comparison there. Okay, so anyway, you get the 40 virtual seat licenses, one 8-inch, 18-inch, or 30-inch Atlas statue. 3 VIP implementation events. I am sick to my stomach for anybody who spent this money. Your live event produced at the Atlas Event Center. $1 million insurance policy during the first 5 years. I want to see that policy. So then you get the private groundbreaking ceremony, private launch week party, plus access to see the rare books, manuscripts from the vault, and a library card for open hours. Library cards in the real world to real libraries are free. I don't know if you got that memo. And also, a lot of times, most libraries will have like presentation rooms and meeting rooms and things like that you can rent out for far less than just even the $10,000. So the FAQs on the bottom of this page says, when is the first payment due on my seat license? It says the first payment is due within 30 days. Oh, so in the FAQs, it also says, what is the payment schedule? And it says first payment is due within 30 days of signing the member agreement. Then the second payment is due within 180 days of signing the member agreement. Third payment is due on or before the first anniversary of signing the member agreement. And the fourth payment is due on or before 18 months from signing the member agreement. So each of those 4 payments are $250,000. If you think about that, people are typically buying houses that cost, depending on where you live, about $250,000 to $700,000 is probably the average. I'm just pulling that out of my ass, to be honest. And I know that's all relative, like to what somebody is making, but even like, I don't know, like you're getting access to a building, essentially, a library, a building that has a library and an event center for $1 million. And you don't even know if this place is going to go up. But anyway, so in 30 days, you're paying an entire mortgage. And to that, I would say, is your house paid off? I know that's none of my business, but I would probably think about that before investing in a seat to a venue that does not exist. Because how many events will be held per year? While we are unable to guarantee any amount of events, as many will be dependent on others to fulfill. So Russell's not even like booking these things. He has to have these $1 million members or members of the library club, whatever it is. He's relying on them to book out this arena of 100 seats. We are expecting to do at least 1 per quarter to start, with more events hosted as we ramp up over time. What is the price range anticipated for the tickets to each event in addition to this purchase of the seat? We will price tickets in a way that will reward founding members as much as possible. So even if you're a founding member, any event that they have to pay to go. Is that first goal with founding members is to at least cover cost of the event. Then, due to scarcity and the event's exclusive opportunity, many of the tickets will be worth double or triple on the resale market. But where is that coming from? This is coming from cloud figures. There's no event center to compare it to. Like, what the bro? In no event will we offer tickets to non-founding members for a better price than the founding members receive. So yeah. So for each event, even though they paid $1 million, they're still paying to go to the event. That's what I'm getting from this. How far in advance will we know the schedule of the events and pricing? Usually our events are planned 4 to 6 months out. Bro, this venue's not even open yet. What do you mean usually? Usually where? If I want to sell my seats to an event that I won't physically go to, do I have to buy the tickets first before I sell them? Yes, the license gives members a right of first refusal on the ticket purchases for that particular seat. With very limited seating capacity, if you exercise the right of first refusal, you should be able to sell the tickets for quite a bit more. But we are unable to guarantee that. Yeah, because who the is going to be there? Tony Robbins? What else are you giving us?
Oh man, how are you guys feeling?
Annoyed. I'm feeling fucking annoyed, Russell.
And I've been sitting here watching the comments scroll through, and it's anyway, it's magical for me to have a chance to kind of share this vision. It's been in my head for the last 4 or 5 years. And anyway, so I love reading the comments. So thank you for sending those and posting those. It's interesting. 2 comments I saw. One was said that someone said their entire goal in life now is to write a book that'd be worthy to be inside of the Atlas Research Center, which is so cool. That's number 1. And then number 2, a lot of you guys are like, I'm in tears. I don't have enough money, Russell. I want to be doing this, but I don't have $1 million. And so I wanted to do something cool. obviously the goal of this is to help entrepreneurs and all entrepreneurs and be able to do something. It's also a goal for me to raise money to be able to build what we're trying to build. And so
to be able to build what we are trying to build. So like I said, you're spending all of this money on something that doesn't even exist. And there is a glimmer of doubt in Russell's head because he just said we are trying to build it. There is a small glimmer of doubt, in my opinion, in his head. And for that reason alone, he should not be offering a founding member's ticket for $1 million.
I wanted to try to figure out a way to make this so that any of you guys could participate at different levels depending on what is possible, right? Those who have $1 million, cool. Let me know, and there's really cool options for you. But for everybody, I want to create something so all of you guys can experience this in some way. And so a couple of things. I'm going to pull my slides real quick. I made like 4 or 5 slides just to go through with you guys real quick. So as I was doing this thing, the first phase obviously was to build it. So this is Eric Wilson. He's one of my buddies. He was the designer behind these statues. And so you see, we got the little tiny versions. This is what he's building that's like mid-sized version. And then so
because they have statues, they've reached their goals.
The end library will be the 9 foot or 8 or 9 foot tall ones, however it ends up being, which is really cool. So first was like, if you build it, they will come. And so the first thing I did, I hired the architect, hired Eric, started designing the statues. Because I think for most of us, like, if you don't do something, like Tony Robbins talks about this, like if you're going to make a decision, like in the point where you're making a decision, you got to do something radical to make it actually stick. Otherwise you make, I'm gonna do that thing. And then you go home and then a week later you forget about it and you think differently and stuff like that. It's like when you decide to do something, you have to do something radical in the moment to like cement in that idea. So for me, it was hiring an architect, messaging Eric, and he started building the statues. It's like, I'm wired in money. It's like, hey, he's building these things. Like I have no way to stop it now. Like the wheels are in motion, which now has forced me to pursue this. So nothing else for all of you guys who are building anything. Like if you build it, they will come. Like as much as that's the cliche statement, like it's key that like you have to start the process. And if you see a vision, like start moving forward towards it quickly, because that's what opens up all the doors for everything else. So that's number one. Phase number 2 then is we needed to share the vision, which is why we went and filmed the entire thing in the green screen. Is that cool for you guys to actually see what it felt like inside of the entire experience? It's pretty awesome, right? It was funny. It was weird for me because I was in a green screen, like just walking down the aisle, like looking at stuff. And then I saw the video afterwards. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cool to see what they created from that. So that was phase number 2. Then phase number 3 was to fund the vision. And this is kind of a cool story. We were in Mexico with our inner circle and our 2 CCXers. How many of you guys were in Mexico with us, by the way? If you were in Mexico, type in, I was in Mexico.
Phase 3 is fund the vision. So make everybody pay you $1 million so you can build it.
We had this really cool, really special event. There. And at the event, Eileen Wilder, she made a cameo in the green screen room as well. But before the event, I was going to show people this video. We created a video before the green screen video, just kind of explained this opportunity. I was like, I'm going to show it to everybody, but like, I got nervous. I was like, I don't want to make $1 million offer because what if nobody says no? Yes. What if, and all these different things, right? So I got all nervous and I almost didn't do it. And then Eileen grabbed me like 5 minutes when we're on stage. And she's like, so you going to make the offer? I'm like, no, like no one's going to want to like, I don't know about you guys. How many of you guys make an offer? You create something in your mind, a product or service or offer, and you're going to make it. And then you're like, oh, no one's going to like it. They're going to reject.
There's the doubt again. Go with that feeling, Russell. Let me clarify. Like, I'm not saying if you have a little iota of doubt about, I don't know, booking dinner tonight, you shouldn't do it. Or maybe you won't like that book. You shouldn't read it. Like, that's not what I'm saying. When you are about to put out an offer, asking people for $1 million of their hard-earned money so you can build your dream of the library of success, the school of success, whatever the it is, you should listen to that voice because there's a reason you're hearing it.
And you get fearful, right? And I haven't felt that for a long time. For a long time, I'm pretty confident. Like, I know $1,000 course, 10,000, 25,000. You know, we have masterminds at 25,000, 50, 150, and $250,000 a year. People be part of in these mastermind groups. And I don't get nervous about pitching those because I'm like, yeah, people are going to pay. They're going to be part of it. But this was something new. Like my identity is wrapped in this. Like I'm so passionate. I was just like, what if they reject me? So I felt the same thing a lot of you guys feel when you're trying to create offers. And I literally was not going to do it. And then Eileen sat down and she said, you got to do it. And then Eileen's like, I'm going to buy a seat. I'm like, what? She's like, I'll buy a seat. You need to go do it now. You sold the first one. I was like, okay. And so like I walked up, push play on the video, and I sat backstage. I'm like, I can't believe we just did this. Everyone's watching the video. And then I was like, okay. So I came back on stage afterwards. I was like, all right, guys, what do you think? And I'm just waiting for everyone to like throw tomatoes at me and reject me or whatever. And I looked out in the audience and there were people crying. I was like, oh, you guys see it now too. Like that was my vision. That's what I was talking about. And I was like, it was so emotional for me to like see that other people connect with my vision. And then I made the offer. And which is kind of crazy. So if you actually look at the event center, this is the amount of seats that are in the event center. There's a stage up top. And in this little room of 300 or so people, guess how many of the seats got sold out instantly? Boom. All those seats got sold out instantly.
So if that's true, he just raked in $31 million for a f***ing idea.
So the reality is most of the library is done. It's funded, but there are some seats left. And so that's one reason I wanted to share these with you guys, because if you're interested, like, now's the time. The window on this opportunity is closing, and it'll be closed forever. Again, I told you the groundbreaking is June 23rd. And so everyone here who has one of these seats will be here at the groundbreaking. We're doing a really cool event. I got Joe Vitale. So you guys know Dr. Joe Vitale. Joe is one of the biggest book nerds in the world. He's written like 40 books, I don't know, but he's been collecting library for 40 years. And so recently I just bought his entire library, 40 years of him collecting, and he shipped it all here, and it's here in Boise now. And so first off, you guys will have a chance to come to this groundbreaking ceremony to see all Joe's books, and Joe's gonna be stepping on the stage and like presenting and teaching you guys some really, really cool things as well. So a lot of really cool stuff's coming, gonna be at that event.
Also, this is in Boise, Idaho, not in LA, not in New York, hell, not even in Colorado. I'm not saying Idaho is a bad state. It's beautiful. I'm just saying, like, that's not somewhere you would be like, yeah, I'd pay $1 million to have an event there, or have a guaranteed spot to an event there. No, probably not.
And so the big question then is, like, for you guys, like, well, how do you get one of these seats? So if we can pull back up the slides again real quick. Again, not all the seats are $1 million seats. In fact, I create different packages in Mexico for people, and the packages have tweaked and changed a little bit since then. But do you want me to show you guys what the packages are so you can see if something like this does actually make sense for you? You guys cool with that? Okay, so let's actually throw it up on the big screen back here. I'm gonna walk you guys through this page. If you go to secretsofsuccess.com/VIP, you can actually see this page. No, the actual VIP page. If you can throw the VIP page up there, you can actually see this page I'm going to show you guys right now. And we designed this page kind of like a Kickstarter. How many of you guys know what a Kickstarter is? Where people can go, you can pick different options, different things like that. That's what we kind of did here, because there's different options and availability for you guys to participate with us in what we're building. So if we can go back to the full screen, there we go. So this is the page. If you scroll to the very top real quick. So if you go to secretsofsuccess.com/VIP, this is the page that you will see. Okay, so you're one step closer to joining some of the greatest minds of our generation. And on this page, if you have any issues or problems or things you're struggling with, Steve at marketingsecrets.com, email Steve, he can help you. So if a credit card fails or you have a question about something, like, Steve's the man who has been helping me on this side. He can help you get any answers to the questions. So that's kind of the first thing. Now scroll up and walk you through the different offers here, because one of these offers I think will fit for everybody. So the first offer is the one I talked about in the video. This is the $1 million founding VIP member seat. Okay. And with that, you get a couple things. If you donate the $1 million, and a couple of things. Number one is you don't have to pay $1 million today. There's basically $10,000 deposit you got to make today, which locks in the seat for you. Okay. If you don't have the deposit in there, then somebody else gets it. Like, when the seats are sold out, they're sold out. There's no like fake scarcity. Like, when they're gone, right? So that's the first thing, is that, so $10,000 deposit, and then basically you got to pay 4 payments over the next 2 years. That's all the details right there, and that's how it kind of works. Now with the $1 million seat, what happens is you get two, let's say 1 or 2. Okay, that's a mistake there. There's basically two seats. So you get 2 seats in the first 2 rows. Number one. Number 2 is you get the 40 virtual seat licenses. What a virtual seat license is let's say we have, again, Jordan Peterson or Oprah or Michael Jordan, or somebody who comes to the event center, right? And they come to the event center and you have a seat in the front row, right? So you come to the event and you're going to the event. The coolest thing is every single time I do an event, it gives you guys the opportunity to make money. So that means is, like, you have these virtual seats and you can go back to your mastermind group or your list or whatever and say, I'm going to go hear Michael Jordan speak. It cost me $1 million to be at this event. How would you like to have tickets to virtually watch this presentation? Nobody else in the world gets to see. And you can sell 40 seats. So let's say you sell each of the seats to Michael Jordan speaking for 10 grand, right? So you just made 400 grand off one event. And where our goal is to be doing like one event per quarter for the next 1,000 years, right? And you have 40 virtual seat licenses. So you can, like, this shouldn't cost you money. Like, this should be something that's just a revenue stream for you, right? Even if you use these, like, let's say you have your own mastermind group, like, hey, anyone who's in my mastermind group, you also have virtual seat to all these events. And now you can, like, increase the price of your mastermind. There's a million ways you can use that to monetize it, right? So that's happening there. Again, at the $1 million option, you can either get an 8-inch, an 18-inch, or 30-inch Atlas statue for your home. I think everyone should get 30 inches, but my wife will not let me have a 30-inch Atlas statue in my house. So I understand if you need to get one of the smaller ones, but you can pick one of those. You'll get one of those statues.
Number 3 is 3 VIP implementation events where we help you guys launch your membership sites. So we have 3 cool events to help you guys make money before the event center is done. And then also when the event center is done, you have the chance to do a live event there, which means you can sell tickets to your live event. So you can sell tickets for $10,000 a piece and get people come to your live event. You can do your event there. So like you can make money also by running your own live event there. I also just took out an insurance policy on myself because one of my friends said like the only way that this wouldn't work is if you got hit by a car next week, Russell. And I was like, that's a good point. Someone invests $1 million and then I get hit by a car. It's not really fair to them, right? So I took an insurance policy out. So if I get hit by a car anytime in the next 5 years or I die, the insurance policy will pay you back the $1 million. And so that's kind of a guarantee, just making sure that either this will happen and you'll.
But the $10,000 deposit is non-refundable. I'm just really confused by that.
Make money from that or you'll get your money back. Also, you have a chance to come to the private groundbreaking ceremony. And then after the event center gets live, there's going to be a private launch week that we're going to have everyone come out for. And you have a library card, which means anytime you're in Boise, you can come and you can spend time in the library, reading the books, hanging out, studying, learning, masterminding, etc. So that's the $1 million seat ticket, okay? So anyone who wants that, again, go to secretsofsuccess.com/VIP and then take that option right there. Now, the next option, for those who like, that's too much for me, the next option, our Kickstarter campaign, is a $500,000 founding member. Now, $500,000 is very similar. The $500,000 seats are basically like part of the second row, most of the third row. Most of the seats are sold out. But same kind of thing is you get 2 seats in the thing. You get 30 virtual seat licenses, and then 40 get 30. You can get 8 or 18-inch Atlas. And the only big thing you lose being one of these members is you don't have the ability to do a live event at the event center. Okay, and so it's less expensive because when we do an event, we got to put on a whole event, 2 or 3 day event for you and all that kind of stuff. And there's a huge, most of you guys will make your money back just from doing your live event in the event center. Since you don't have that ability, it's half as much money, but you still get the seats and can participate and be there for all the different events and things like that. Okay, scroll up a little bit more. The next level is towards the back of the event center. We have a couple of seats in the back. Each of these seats is $200,000 a piece. And so again, with this one, you get 1 seat.
If you want to sit way in the back, you have to pay $200,000 still. What?
1 seat for $200,000. You get 20 virtual seat licenses, so you still make money on that. You get an 8-inch statue of Atlas and kind of the rest of the things you can see there. Okay. The biggest thing there is, again, it's further back. You don't get to do a live event, and that's the seats that are towards the back of the event. And again, I say towards the back, but the event center is not that big. There's like 7 rows, so it's not that far back. And $200,000 gets you one of those seats. Those seats are almost sold out. In fact, in Mexico, we sold almost all of those, so those are almost all gone. And then again, for you guys, $200,000 still too high. We have a couple more options, so scroll up one more. So I actually bought one of the seats. So I have one of the seats in the front row, which means I got 40 seat licenses. Okay, now the value of each seat license is,
you bought one of those seats? Sir, you should be buying all of those seats. Your event center doesn't exist yet. You need to pay for it and open it and do those things and not rely on other people to pay your bills like this.
It's a lot. But what I'm going to do is for anybody who invests $25,000, you'll get 2 things. Number 1 is you'll get one of my seat licenses. That means you have the seat license for every event that's happening in the event center. So Michael Jordan's there, you have a seat license. You've got Oprah Winfrey. Who else? Who famous you guys want? Let me know in the comments. Who you guys want to be at the event center? We're going to try to get them all, right? But we have a virtual seat license. Every time that happens, you can go and you can actually go and participate.
Why does he keep name dropping them? I highly doubt they're going to be like, yeah, let's go to Boise to speak at Russell Brunson's bullshit library.
Virtually be part of it, which is really, really cool.
You get a virtual seat and a library card. This man.
And number 2 is you get a library card for open office hours. It means when you're in Boise, or you can make a trip to Boise, you can come and you can actually be in the library and spend time with us. Okay. And so that's kind of how the virtual founding members license works. Okay. And again, we're selling those right now for $25,000. Now, what that means, if you think about this, for those of you guys who invest $1 million or the $500,000 or the $200,000, you have these seat licenses, right? Let's say you just sold them for $25,000, right? So if you have 40 seat licenses, I need someone to do math real quick for me. Oh, I got my phone. Okay, so here's the mathematician. So you got 40 seat licenses times $25,000. If you just went and sold your 40 seat license for $25,000 a piece, that's $1 million. Now the seat's completely free. You guys getting this? Like, I'm trying to make this so this is the most irresistible offer of all time. It's not going to cost you anything if you do it right, right? So $1 million, you get 40 seat licenses at 500,000, you get 30. At 200,000, you get 20 seat licenses you can sell. So right now, my 40 seat license, I'm selling them for $25,000, but that is even a screaming deal. In fact, some of the people that joined, James Inyata joined, Stacey Martino joined, a lot of my inner circle members joined, and I asked them, like, why did you put $1 million in? Why did you put 200,000? Why did you put $500,000 in? And they said, because right now I'm in your inner circle, Russell. And you have a $25,000 level, a $50,000, $150,000 to $250,000 level. Right now, people pay $250,000 to be in a room with you for three two-day events throughout the year, and then they have to repay every single year $250,000. Like, if I pay this, I get $25,000. Every event you run in the event center, I get for free moving forward. He's like, this is like a fraction of the cost of inner circle, and it goes for life. And I was like, crap, I need to charge a lot more than this. I didn't even like look at it through that lens, but it's true, right? Like, that's the reality. Is like, it's, of all the things I've ever done, like, I'm pricing this, and I know it seems expensive. There's $1,500,000, but like, it's actually really, really expensive when you look at like what I charge for other things that are similar to this, right? And what's nice about these seat licenses is you own the seat license for, I think the contract says 50 years, which means you own it, which means you can sell it, you can flip it, you can give it to your kids. That means like, in 5 years now, the building's built, and everyone's like, I want a seat. And they're like, oh, well, there's only 50 of them, and I have one of them. You could sell that seat for insane amounts of money because there's no more new seats being built. Right? Like, that's it, supply and demand, like, and you have the entire supply. And so the value of this is crazy. So again, $25,000 gets you a virtual seat license for all future events happening at the event center. And you get the ability to come when you have a library card, you come to the office or come to the library during open office hours, and you can come and use the library as well. So this one is something I think everybody should, like, if you can't do anything, this is insane. I don't know what to say. Like, I should charge more than that. In fact, I feel dumb. But there you go. That's because I want you guys to be part of this. So everyone's like, I want to be part of it. How do I do it? This is the best way. So $25,000. And then scroll up. We got a couple other options. Next one for those. If you want to be at the groundbreaking ceremony. So I told you we're doing the groundbreaking ceremony here on June 23rd. If you want to come and attend, basically, if you invest $10,000, you can come and attend the groundbreaking.
You have to pay $10,000 to watch somebody dig a hole, and then you get 3 visits to the library. I will keep my free library card. Thank you.
And then also you can you get a limited use library card. You can come 3 times to Boise and actually use the library card. Okay, so it gives you 3 options to come to Boise after the event center is done and actually experience it and be here, and all that kind of stuff. And then the last one at the bottom, if you go for $1,000, this is one where you can get a virtual. Oh, the text is wrong in that. So for $1,000, you get a virtual ticket, which means that you have a chance to stream in and watch the virtual events happening on June 23rd, have a chance to watch all the presentations from stage, and then you have a one-time library pass, which is when the event center is done, you have a chance to come once to Boise and actually experience the entire event center, see all
$1,000 to watch somebody virtually while they dig a hole.
the books and be part of it. So that's kind of what the offers are, you guys. We try to make something that would fit for everyone's level so you guys can all experience what's happening here, like experience what I'm trying to create here. So anyway, I know this is something that for a lot of you guys may be out of your range, especially the $1 million seats and things like that. But for those of you guys who it's the right fit, like this is something that will change your life. It'll give you the ability to be in proximity with me. Like it's literally next door to ClickFunnel's HQ. Like I will be there every single day. You have a chance to come and be in masterminds and meetings and like top events in the world, all that kind of stuff. And it's not like you're paying, $100,000 a year to be part of it. You buy this once and you own that seat license. You can go and you can use it for the next 5 or 6 years and you can sell it and flip it for 3 times as much. And now you made 3 extra money. Plus you got to experience all those things with me live, these event centers. It's awesome. So I think you guys will, I think those who can be part of this, I think it's something that's going to be amazing for you. So okay, I got one other thing I want to do real quick, if you guys are cool with that. So we can throw back up the normal screen back here. So the last thing I was going to say is the first time I shared this was in Mexico. And I said it was magical for me to share it with everybody there and get their reactions, to get their thoughts. And then we got a whole bunch of them who jumped in. And like now it's just like we're moving forward. This is happening one way or the other, right? And it's going to happen whether you're part of this or not. But if you're part of it, like imagine what it'd be like. Right? As I'm spending millions of dollars acquiring these books, you have a chance to come see them and read them and study them and learn from them before anybody else. Right? When I'm getting the top minds of our time flying to Boise to present and do an event, like you have a chance to be there, participate. Like imagine like a college education where you paid for the college degree up front, right? Like let's say, okay, I'm gonna pay $100,000 to get my college education. You get a college education, and then they didn't just send just crappy teachers who are regurgitating book from you, but they got the greatest people in the world to come teach you. You can sit at their feet and learn from them over and over and over and over again for as long as you wanted to, right? After 3, 4, 5 years, you're like, I've learned everything I want. This is amazing. Then you take that $100,000 investment you spend in college, and you turn and you sell it to somebody else for $500,000. and you still get to keep all the education, all the learning you got in between. Like that's the rare opportunity you're sitting on today that will not be here tomorrow, right? In the future, these seats are gone and they're gone. The only way to buy in the future is to go to the person who bought it for, for $1 million or bought it for 500 grand and try to negotiate. And they're going to be the ones with all the bargaining power. Cause like there's only one seat for sale right now. And instead of selling it for $500,000 that I bought it for, I'm gonna sell it for 1.5 million or 3 million or whatever that might be. Right. And so if you guys want in, like, this is the cheapest it'll ever be. This is the only opportunity. And again, like if you look at this from like a college education standpoint,
It's the cheapest it will ever be, and it doesn't even exist.
like you're literally coming, you're getting the greatest college education from at the feet of the greatest teachers of all time, access to the books from the greatest thought leaders of all time, right? You can go consume it for as long as you want. And then when you're done, you can take that seat license and you can sell it back or sell it to somebody else. Like, can you imagine that? I wish I could sell my college degree to somebody right now and get my money back, but I can't. It's not how education works, but it's how it works here today for you guys.
There's no guarantee of this though. Like, okay, they're buying these tickets again to, I know I keep saying it, to a place that doesn't even exist. And you're telling them they can make a ton of money on reselling tickets to events. Like they're Ticketmaster, and there's no guarantee of that. There's not one single iota of guarantee that this is going to happen. What kind of twisted world am I living in? I want to get out of it.
And so this is an incredible opportunity. I hope a lot of you guys take advantage of. Again, if you go to secretsofsuccess.com/VIP, you can jump in there and be part of it. Okay. All right. Now, one other thing I want to do, I think would be really fun is before we went to the green screen room and filmed the entire thing there in the green screen, I knew we were going to Mexico. We had like a week before Mexico. I was like, I want to make a video to explain my vision. And so we set up a camera and we were going to talk like, should we script this out? And like, should we talk? And I was like, no, I think I know what it is. They click go on the camera and I just talked. And I recorded a video explaining this opportunity. And again, you guys have kind of seen it already, but I want to show you this other video as well, just because I think for a lot of you guys, it'll just make things more clear. And maybe it'll tell you the story a second time that now you'll understand it at a deeper level. Cause now, you had a chance to understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And so we're going to show that video. It's I think 10 or 12 minutes long or something like that. I'm going to show that video. I'll come back one more time and then we'll be done for the day. And it'll be fun. Does that sound good? Okay, with that said, let's cue up the video of me doing this presentation for all of my Inner Circle 2CCX members in Mexico earlier this year.
What's up, Inner Circle, Atlas, Category Kings, also 2CCX, and everyone here at Mastermind Paradise. I want to make you a very special video today because today I want to make you $1 million offer. Now, before I tell you what that is, I want to give you some context and tell you a story. So, as you know, you've been hearing me talk about this thing I'm building in Boise. This Russell guy keeps buying all these old books and he's freaking out about it. Now I'm building a library. A library. You guys know I'm building a 20,000 square foot library/museum for all my books. In the last 24 months, I've bought probably 8,000 or 9,000 books now, spent over 8 figures on old first edition books. And you're probably thinking like either Russell is crazy or he has a vision for something really cool. And so I want to tell you the vision. As I was going through all of the Napoleon Hill stuff, right? In fact, these are some first edition manuscripts that was sent by the Napoleon Hill Foundation. They sent me manuscripts of books that haven't been published yet. As amazing as Outwitting the Devil is, Napoleon Hill wrote another book called Outwitting the Beast that nobody's seen. And I have the manuscripts in my hand. And I've been going through all these things. It's fascinating. One of the things that Napoleon Hill tried to do, from the very beginning, he had a vision. He wanted to create a school for success. He knew that he was going to go and interview all of the most successful people on the planet. And he was going to write this philosophy. And he spent 20 years doing that. And then he wrote The Laws of Success. And The Laws of Success was a hit. As the money started coming in, his first thing to do is, I'm going to go establish a school for success. And he bought this huge land and had a house on it. And he was going to be building out a school, his whole vision for what he was going to create. And it was amazing. It was the very first place, like a college that you could go to where you're not going to learn the stupid things that don't actually matter, but you learn true success principles to create the next generation of wealthy people in the world. He was so excited for it. And then shortly after, he bought the estate and everything he had the vision was going to create.
The tremendous crowds which you see gathered outside the stock exchange are due to the greatest crash in the history of the New York Stock Exchange in market prices.
That's when there was the Depression, and he ended up losing the home, losing the land, losing everything, and the vision was put on hold. He literally worked with the presidents of the United States trying to solve the Depression. In fact, he was the one that gave Franklin D. Roosevelt the quote,
that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
which changed people out of the depression and started bringing back prosperity. And then shortly afterwards, when he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, which was written at the end of the depression to help give people faith and hope, he wrote this book and it took off and it blew up. And then he decided, I'm going to go build a school of success. And he started working towards that again. And then next trial in his life hit and he lost it all and he wasn't able to. And fast forward to the rest of his life, he kept trying to go back to that goal, kept trying to go back to it. And eventually he retired. And a little while later, he met W. Clement Stone, who was someone who had read the book Think and Grow Rich and built one of the largest insurance companies on the planet based on the principles.
This is W. Clement Stone saying, I feel healthy, I feel happy, I feel terrific.
W. Clement Stone and Napoleon Hill partnered together, got Napoleon Hill out of retirement, and then they started a company together teaching these philosophies again. And sure enough, right away, Napoleon Hill's like, how do we build this into a school? How do we, maybe it's a franchise, maybe we have schools all over the world. They kept trying to pursue this vision, but it never happened. And a couple of years ago, when I started this idea, I started buying these old books and we bought the land to build the museum and the event center on, and all these things started happening. At first, the vision wasn't super clear, but I did know it was something related to that. The problem, though, with any type of school, it's like a physical school, is people have to come to the place. They have to come to Boise to go to physical school. They have to go to Ohio or wherever the school's at, right, to go and attend it, which limits you by geography and region, so many things. And if you really want to change the world, you can't create a school that's just in one spot. You have to create a school that's everywhere. And so I want you to imagine, it's the year 3000, and somebody decides they want to enroll in Success School. And so they enroll, and what happens, they get a box in the mail, they open it up, and there's these amazing VR goggles. He puts on these VR goggles, and as he puts them on, instantly he's transformed into an actual location in Boise, Idaho, where there's this huge event center, and there's a museum, and he walks in the front door, and he walks around and sees all of the first edition books from all the greatest minds of our time. And they can walk over and literally grab the book and start flipping through it and reading these books digitally. And they walk in the event center, and they see this amazing event center, they see the stage, and they sit down in one of the seats, and they pull out the equivalent of a TV guide, and they're like, oh my gosh, did you realize that Tony Robbins spoke here before he passed away? I want to watch that presentation. And they click a button, and in real time pops up, and you see Tony Robbins in 3D in that event center giving a 3-day event on his philosophy in life.
You can literally do that with any YouTube video, with any movie. All you have to do is get VR goggles, and they're less than $1 million.
And she has to sit there and watch this thing. And then they sit and look at the person left and right of them and who's watching the same thing, have conversations and dialogues, go in the other room and have mastermind meetings and do this all virtually and take the glasses off. And that was one day at school. We're lucky that all of us here have benefited from the works of amazing people who came before us, right? We're able to, like Tony Robbins say, take a decade of someone's life. Someone spends a year of their life trying to figure out health or relationships or how to grow a business or whatever it is, right? They spend all this time trying to learn this thing, and then they write a book and they leave it behind. And that book is their legacy. It's their gift to us from everything they learned during their entire life. And that's what we are creating, is we're creating something where all the greatest thought leaders of our time will have a chance to leave the legacy behind for the future. And so that's what I'm creating. I know it's kind of crazy. The investment so far on my side has been insane. Just acquiring the books and the original manuscripts for all these things. A lot of my mission obviously is helping you as entrepreneurs. And most of you guys are the people who someday should be presenting in this library, sharing your philosophies on life, on health, on relationships, on whatever it is that you are the best in the world at. And that's what this event center is created for us, for our people, for the 1% crazy who are crazy enough to think they can change the world. Because as you know, and I know, we're the only ones that actually can. And so that's kind of the vision of what's happening. Now, I want to take you guys inside the library to kind of show you what it looks like. And I keep calling the library, it's closer to a museum and an event center, but I want to transform you guys and show you inside so you can see what we're building. If you look at now, after 3 years of dreaming and visualizing, working with architects to build out all the plans, the event center, it's a 20,000 square foot building. Half of
Even like a museum. Like a lot of museums now have like different packages where you can visit every so often during the year, or you have unlimited visits. I know the zoo does it too and things like that. Even that is a mere fraction of what he's charging. It's just like, what is the fucking logic? There is none.
The building is a library / museum holding the most rare first edition books and manuscripts from all the greatest thought leaders of all time. And on the other side is an actual event room where we can stand on stage, we can present, we can teach, we can train, we can capture all the ideas that are worth capturing and hearing about.
It looks like a lecture hall at a college.
It's really a spot for people to come to to have a chance to like get away from the world and to think and to share and to talk and to be around people who are like them, think like them, act like them, so that our visions can grow even bigger. So I want to walk you through some of the cool things that you'll find when you walk through the doors the very first time. One of my favorite things is this statue set that I had commissioned.
So these are like a resin right now, but I painted them to look like, you know, what they might look like in a patina. I just can't wait to have those at full scale. I'm looking up at it. It's going to be, because, you know, he'll be like this tall. He's 8 feet tall. That's going to be awesome.
When I was first thinking about some brainstorming, I read the book Atlas Shrugged, and it talks all about the producers, the prime movers, the entrepreneurs of the world. They're the ones who are literally carrying the entire weight of the world on their shoulders. And it talks about what happens when society gets to the point where the government and outside things put so much pressure that it's no longer worth it for Atlas to continue to hold the world up, right? Well, he stands up and he shrugs and walks away. And that's kind of what this is. This is Atlas shrugging and walking away from the world. And you look at this is the progression of what can happen to entrepreneurs, prime movers. And my goal in everything I do in my business, you notice it from my books to the courses, the events, everything we do is all about supporting the prime movers, supporting those who are holding the weight of the world on their shoulders, because I don't want you to shrug and walk away. Your responsibility is great. The way you're changing your people's lives, I can't imagine what this world would be like without you. And so that's what this all symbolizes. We will have 9-foot versions of Atlas holding a 6-foot globe as a constant reminder of who this is for. It's for the prime movers, the driven, the people like you. After you get past the Atlas statues, then you'll have a chance to look in and see all the books. My goal with this was like, to try to find the history in these books, right? Again, manuscripts, like this is the first edition manuscript, unpublished work by Napoleon Hill called The Secrets of Master Salesmanship. Like this is literally something he typed on his typewriter. It's all of the stuff. In fact, this is the first edition of his typewriter. Like Think and Grow Rich, Outwitting the Devil, these books written on this actual typewriter. Like those things are all in there. Dan Kennedy literally has signed in his will that when he or his fax machine dies, we'll have Dan Kennedy's actual fax machine in there. Like we're finding all the artifacts.
I'm not sure I need to say anything. I just wanted to address that I heard the same thing that you just heard.
For business, for success, or personal development that mean a lot to us as the prime movers. All the first editions, like the pre-first edition of Laws of Success, written 3 years before the actual Laws of Success was published. And there's only 2 known copies in the world, and only 1 that's signed, and we have it. It'll be in the library. So much of what is published nowadays at seminars and events and in books is a regurgitation from this person, from this person, all the way down to like someone's quoting something from stage they read off an Instagram post and acting like they made it up. This is coming back to the beginning. The people that actually discovered this, and how did they find that?
I just wanted to pause on this very spot where it says top or bottom. Which? Where are we going there, Russell? That's not very Mormon of you.
Thinking, and like that's what this is all about. Instead of playing phone booth and learning from the influencers 30 levels deep, it's learning from the foundation, from the source of where these ideas first came from. Like imagine coming here and spending a week in the library and reading from these manuscripts. Like it's insane. It's magical. Like just even being in this room for me, it's like spiritual. Like it feels, there's a weird energy when you're here, because you're just like, wow, these are, this is the life works of some of the greatest minds of our time who transformed the world, who opened up the ability for us to do all the things we do today. We knew that as we were building this, it couldn't just be, a normal room. We needed some really cool things. So in the center of the museum, when you walk in, there's a button you can push, and the floor actually will open up and reveal a spiral stairway that you can walk down. And as you walk down, some of the most rare books will be down there, protected by from humidity and from heat and from everything down there. And as you walk the bottom of the spiral staircase, there'll be 1 chair. And there'll only be 1 person allowed a time there to go and have complete solitude. Superman would go and he'd have his fortress of solitude where he could study and he could learn, he could be by himself. And this is that for the prime movers. When you have a chance to come, you could have a chance to be in there with your thoughts, with the greatest works of our time. And so that's what's happening right in the middle of the museum. Come on now. So cool. And the third thing is, obviously, everything happening in the museum is what was left behind by the greatest minds who came before us. And the event center now is about capturing the minds we have today. The reasons why I want this museum to have these amazing things is I want it to be able to attract the greatest minds of our time. Tony Robbins or Jordan Peterson or Michael Jordan or Oprah or something. Say, hey, how would you like to come see the archives of the greatest success works ever created? And get them to come in to see these things. And after they're there, put them on stage and have a chance to capture their philosophy on life and success and personal development and things that change their lives as well. And when we capture them, I don't want to just capture this in like a video. Like how many videos are on YouTube? Like I want to make something special. The technology we'll be equipped in this room with, we'll be able to capture everything in 3D. So that way in 2,000 years from now, when somebody in Africa or Australia decides to sign up for our School of Success and they put on the VR goggles, they'll see and experience Tony Robbins the way that we all have a chance to experience live, in person, 3D, real. We don't want this just to be another video on YouTube. We want this to be an experience. Because, like going to an event and having that experience can change your life. You can get value from other ways, but man, there's nothing like experiencing that live. And so the entire event center is going to be a spot to capture people in as real life as possible so we can extend them, their life, and their legacy for forever. All right, that brings us down to step number 3. As you know, there's a hook, there's a story, and now I've got to make you an offer. I do this knowing full well that for most of you guys, this offer is not something that's going to be a good fit for you. I do know that for some of you guys, this is the thing you're looking for. It's the reason why I've gone on the pursuit of this. Like, the question I keep asking myself is, how do I live forever? How do I extend my legacy? Like, I've spent so much time and energy. I don't want when I end that the work ends as well. I know that most of you guys who are here, the reason why you keep doing this is because you love what you do. This is a mission impact thing for you. And I've seen so many authors who had such a great legacy, and as soon as they passed away, it ended. There's very few authors who have outlived their lifespan. And somebody asked me in one of my Atlas meetings, said, why are you doing this, Russell? What is your purpose? And I said, the reason why, because I realized that if I can extend the life of these authors, then the vehicle I'll have to create to do that will extend my life as well. For some of you guys who see the vision that I do, you want to extend your life and your legacy for forever, I want to give you an opportunity. It's a rare opportunity. It's only going to be here once, and then it'll be gone for forever. But it's an opportunity for you to become a founding member in the vision of what we're creating. And then by doing so, extend your legacy into the future forever as well. So what does that look like? Well, as I was thinking through this and researching it, Kevin Richards on my team told me a story about when the Rams were building their football stadium, they needed to raise $1 billion. I thought, well, how are we going to raise $1 billion to do?
They're the fucking Rams. It's a football team. And I know he addressed this in the first part of this video, and I didn't say anything, but there is a big difference between you, Russell Brunson, the co-founder of ClickFunnel's, a software company that, in my opinion, is circling the drain, and a fucking NFL football team. Huge difference. Okay, so I cut a little bit of that video out because that was like his original pitch to his inner circle people who already pay him far too much money, in my opinion. Maybe there was a point in time where it was worth paying him that money, but I think his 15 minutes is approaching an end. We're on minute 14 here. But as I was watching that, I thought of the way he teaches things. I've always heard him say, like, successful people act fast. Successful people don't take the time to actually think things through, or not in those specific words, but essentially that's what he's saying. And to an extent, I think that's true. But I think that when he makes these offers, these types of offers that are so astronomically unreasonable, I think that that's why he talks so fast, and that's why he doesn't really complete his words, because he doesn't want anybody to be able to think things through before they give him their money, their hard-earned money that they may or may not even have. It could be a finance type of situation. Maybe they put it all on a credit card or they got a loan. He wants them to hand that over to him before they have time to fully think that through.
I'm going to go through a couple questions. I've been reading the back screen. A bunch of the questions have come out. So I'm going to try and answer a couple of them really quickly, and then we'll be done for the day if you guys are cool with that. So we can throw a slide up here real quick. So this is the layout of what the event center looks like. Again, the red marks are the seats that were taken as of this morning. I've been watching, and a whole bunch of you guys are already taking action and buying seats, which is amazing. So basically the first row and part of the second row is for the $1 million seats. Part of the second and all the third row is for the $500,000 seats, and the green section are the $200,000 seats. So that's kind of what's left from the physical seats that are actually in the building. And now if we can pull up on behind me, I'm gonna go back through the offer one last time, and then we'll be done for today. So if we can throw that there. So again, for those of you guys who decide you want to do the $1 million seat, there's only a couple of them left. I think there's 3 left as of this morning. Again, it's $10,000 deposit today. They'll get you a contract, and you got to sign the contract. Then you come back, and then basically it's 4 payments of $250,000. You don't have to write a check for $1 million today. It's basically $250,000 now, 6 months the next payment. So you have 2 years to kind of finance it over the 2 years. So there's how that works. Once again, when you are a VIP, you get 2 seats, either in the first, second row, whatever's left. And again, it's first come, first serve is kind of how we're putting it in. Whoever's check clears first, you get to pick the seat you want. So that's kind of the process there. Also, you get 40 virtual seat licenses. Again, I showed you, like, you could sell these for just $25,000 a piece, which $25,000 times 40 seats equals $1 million. So you can do that, or you could charge it $25,000 a year. And this could turn into $1 million a year asset for you. Or you charge $25,000 for a certain event. Like, this license thing alone will make it so this is free for most of you. Those who are smart enough to understand how to use that and how to sell that to your audience and your people and things like that. Okay. So that's the license what I created so that you guys have the ability. Does that make sense? So you have 40 seat licenses. So if you sell $25,000 a year for a seat license, that's $1 million a year. How many opportunities can you spend $1 million to buy something and you could make $1 million a year from it? Like, come on now. Come on now. This is amazing. All right. So there you go. And then again, you'll get either an 8, an 18-inch, or 30-inch Atlas statues. So again, these are the statues right here. This is the 8-inch ones right here. And then the 18 one is like this. And then the 30-inch one is amazing. So you get to pick which one you want. And we'll give you one of those to have at your home for yourself.
You could get statues like that on Etsy for probably way less than $1 million, $1,000, $100. That's not that. What the f? I'm just like, I can't. I'm so irritated with him right now.
We're going to be 3 implementation events to help you guys implement those who are part of this. I didn't talk about this, but basically in Mastermind Paradise, I talked about this. We're doing 3 implementation events. We've been talking a lot about the linchpin. So we're doing 3 events where those who are $1 million earners will come in here in the office and we'll actually build your linchpin out for you. So that's implementation events that are happening to help you. Again, I want to make this thing free for you guys. So I'm trying to figure out many cool ways as possible to help you build your linchpin. And again, you have a chance to do a 2 or 3 day live event at the event center. You can sell all the tickets to keep all the money from it. You can then sell the event. Like, again, one event should make your money back for those of you guys who have a good list, right? So you can do an event at the event center. You have $1 million insurance policy. So if I die in the next 5 years, you get the money back. And again, the private groundbreaking ceremony is happening June 23rd. You got to be here for it. It's going to be so much fun. I just found out Don Green from the Napoleon Hill Foundation is going to be flying out here for that event as well. So he'll be here to give you guys a chance to meet him. We have a couple other guest speakers and people coming. It's going to be really fun. So you have a chance to be at the live groundbreaking ceremony. And then when the event's done, we're going to be doing a very special private ceremony just for seat holders. You guys will have a chance to come in for like a week long event. I'm going to be bringing in the greatest speakers. It's going to be a really cool special launch week. That'll be private just for founding members. And so that's going to be special. And that'll be done about 2 years from now when it's all finished. And then again, you have a library card that as a founding member, you can come anytime there's open office hours. Use your library card to come to the event center and be there in the energy of the whole thing, which is really cool. So
another plot twist, their open hours are only like once a year.
That's the $1 million seats. You scroll up to the second option, $500,000 seats. The big differences here is your 2 seats will be in the second and third row. Again, first come, first serve. You can get 8 or 18-inch statue. You have 30 virtual seat licenses. The implementation event, you get virtual access to it. And you don't get a chance to do your own live event. That's the biggest difference from the $500,000 seats. And again, I think we had 4 of those left this morning. Scroll up again. This is the platinum. This is the seats in the back of the room that are still left. So $200,000 per seat, 9 seats that are still available. And again, all these, you put $2,000 deposit down and you pay that off over 2 years. So it's $50,000 4 times. So it's not $200,000 up front. Of course, if you do, I think we had something with those who prepay. I mean, they're doing a consult with them for an hour consult or a day, depending which one they're doing. So if you prepay, there are benefits to that as well. And again, for $200,000, you get the seat license, 1 seat in the back 4 rows, 20 virtual seat licenses, 8-inch statue, and the rest of the stuff's pretty much the same. Then for those who want it really, really badly, but you can't do it yet, $25,000 gets you a virtual seat. I only got 40 of those because they're my seat licenses as one of the seat holders. And it's a lifetime access to a $25,000 seat, which means every event we run in the future, you guys will have the ability to come into my Zoom room or Zoom, who knows what it'll be at that time, but you'll be coming to my private room to experience those events, doing the private networking and masterminding inside of there. So you have a virtual seat license, plus you have a chance to come to Boise. Wait. It's like I forgot something. Anyway, you have a library card to come to open office hours as well. And then come down here, 10,000. Oh, and you also, obviously for this, you can come to the groundbreaking ceremony. That's what I'm missing. Groundbreaking ceremony on June 23rd for you guys as well. Then $10,000 member. Again, you can come to the private groundbreaking ceremony, which will be fun. You get 3 uses of the library card to come back 3 times over time to be able to come in and experience the event center. It's $10,000 for that one. And then the last one's $1,000, which gives you virtual access to the groundbreaking ceremony and the event and the whole thing is going to be happening here, as well as a one-time use of the library card for open office hours. So those are the offers. Again, all the stuff's there. If you go to secretsofsuccess.com/VIP, you can go get signed up for whatever level makes the most sense to you. For those of you guys who are getting started, I cannot wait. June 23rd, what's today's date? How far away is that? So in 22 days from today is the groundbreaking ceremony. So after you put your money in, invest, get your tickets and get out here because it's going to be so much fun. We're going to have a time of our lives and we'll be all hanging out, masterminding, networking that whole day. And it's going to be a really special day. Other than that, if you guys have other questions, if you scroll at the very, very top of this page, There are some Q&As at the bottom, but if you have any questions, Steve at marketingsecrets.com. Steve is the guy who is handling those things. So if you have a credit card failure, you have a question, trying to figure out payment plans, how do I put in multiple cards? I want to wire all the money up front. How do I, any of those kind of things like there, message Steve and he can connect you and get you guys figured out. I think that's it, you guys. So first off, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Second off, thank you for letting me share my crazy ideas and passion and the books and the manuscripts and all these things. This has been fun for me to finally have a chance to show these to people. And hopefully a lot of you guys have a chance to go on this journey with me. We got 2 years it'll take us to build the building. And after that, we try to change the world, and it's going to be fun. And I want you guys involved and listed into the project. So hopefully you can. And I'm going to appreciate you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for those of you guys who are going to be investing and being part of this, being founding members at any level possible. I'm grateful for that. That's giving the funds to help build the building, to make this thing, this vision an actual reality. So again, thank you guys so much. Those are the rest of you guys. I'll see you June 23rd at the groundbreaking event. With that said, thanks you guys, and we'll see you guys all soon. All right, bye everybody.
Oh my goodness. I've got no words left. I think I said everything that I really wanted to say. Before I end this video, I would like to extend an offer to you though. I love hearing everybody's stories, and I take pride in keeping anything that I share that somebody sends me from their experience or anything like that. I take major pride in keeping them anonymous as long as they don't tell me otherwise. And so I know that there are quite a few people, since I've been speaking out more about Russell, reaching out to me saying, I've always felt this way about Russell. I really don't like what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. So with that said, if you have had an experience within ClickFunnel's, Russell Brunson's world, whatever it is, that you would like to share, I would love to share that for you, keeping you anonymous, of course. So I will leave my email in the description. Also, my Instagram is always linked on my channel as well. Those are the two best ways to get a hold of me. So if you wanted to DM me on Instagram or send me an email, even if it doesn't have to do with Russell Brunson, if it's like an MLM thing, love those types of things. So send them my way. And with all of that, thanks for hanging out with me and talking a bunch of about the secrets of success with Russell Brunson. I appreciate you. I will see you in the next one.